Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to our Grade 5 Social Studies lesson series. This is Term 1, Unit 2. My name is Ann Harvey, and I'll be your guide through this wonderful journey called learning. So, to get ready for today's lesson, you will need your pen and your paper, your social studies resource book, your dictionary, and of course, your undivided attention. Last time we looked at a special group of people who we owe a debt of gratitude for their contribution towards the road to freedom. During this unit, we are looking at individuals and groups who have done brave acts in contributing to the freedom and independence we now enjoy. Well, in today's lesson, we're going to find out just about that. Let's begin. Boys and girls, I would like you to listen, and if you can, join in a song with me. All right? Now, based on the words of this song, it will give you clues to today's lesson. Forward, forever united. Students, workers, and farmer, Granny Nanny of Nanny Town, symbol of unity and strength, lighted the flame of freedom in the hearts of earlier Jamaicans. Forward, forever united. Students, workers, and farmers. All right. So, who was Granny Nanny? National heroine? The only female hero in Jamaica. And also she's called Queen Nanny. That's right. A freedom fighter. Now, many persons saw her as what? A symbol of unity and strength. And she lighted the flame of freedom. Now, she was the one who started the resistance against the British in our fight for freedom. And remember what we said last time, where the British insisted, the enslaved Africans resisted. Now, let's take a look at our learning outcome. Define and use correctly the term national hero. Examine the activities of Nanny of the Maroons in the fight for freedom and draw conclusions about her role in the fight for freedom. So let's define the term hero. Now, we're not talking about superheroes like Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman or the Black Panther, Iron Man. We're talking about some real individuals. So when you hear the word hero now, what comes to mind when we hear the word? Yes? Someone who is brave, courageous, love that big word, yes? Have special abilities or special talents, regarded as a role model. All right, so who is a national hero then? So when we hear the word national, it's relating to the nation, right? And people. All right, so let's put it all together now. So this person, a national hero, is a man or a woman who is recognized for making outstanding contribution to our nation. Today, we're going to look at the right excellent Nanny of the Maroons. So, Nanny of the Maroon, or one heroine, right? Now, as earlier we have spoken about heroes, and what did they exhibited? Bravery, special abilities, a role model. So let's look at bravery. I hear that she was as bold as a lion. The story is told that she was never an enslaved African. Oral history says she escaped as soon as she arrived in Jamaica, and this ship had sailed from Ghana in West Africa. It's also said that she and others escaped to the mountains, where she met other Maroons and also the descendants of the Tainos, or the indigenous people. Now, there she quickly proved her worth to them, and they saw her as someone who is willing to fight for the cause of freedom. By this, they made her leader. She was unafraid of the British Army. The hunting parties of the planters, who tried many times with less success to recapture her and the other slaves. You know what she would do? She would encourage her army of men to raid the plantations for what? Guns and gunpowder and other materials. And while they raided the plantation, they helped to set some enslaved Africans what? Free. It was also said that she and her troops rescued over 1,000 slaves, leaving the planters with huge losses in their business and their fighting capability. This shows Nanny's strength. Now, special talents and abilities. Let's look at that. She was a military strategist. What did I mean by that? She had a lot of ideas and a lot of plans in how the Maroons will escape from the British troops and others, or who were trying to lay traps for them, because they wanted so much to recapture them. She taught them how to survive in the mountains. Yes, man, to protect themselves from the British, leaving them what? Tired, leaving them what? Defeated. She gave them the idea of dressing in trees and bushes to attack and ambush the British soldiers. Taught them how to walk softly so the British soldiers couldn't hear them coming, and even getting water from leaves and many other things. They also said she had spiritual skills or gifts or power. You know, some people in Jamaica call it wobia. All right. It is said that she could confuse the British soldier with her magic. She was also a herbalist, and she used her skills to do all sorts of healings. She was also a cultural leader. What did she do? She passed down the African customs to the descendants of the Maroon, great and small, which is now practiced even to today. All right, she's a role model. Now, a role model is someone who shows good example, right? All right. We hear that she's born in Ghana, and she was known to be of the Ashanti tribe and of royal blood. In fact, a queen. An ordinary queen. She was a warrior queen who led men into battles. And as a role model, she encouraged the Maroons to maintain their freedom and always to look out for each other, boosting their energy and encourage them never to sell out, meaning not to allow the British to trick them with peace treaties. All right? She was a symbol of unity and strength. It is also well known that she had some brothers. Not one, not two, but 5 brothers, of whom had the same drive, the drive for freedom and of nobility. These brothers were Kojo, Kwaku, Johnny, Kofi, and Akompong. Maybe we have heard these names before, right? Yes? Akompong. Very good, boys and girls. It is the name of a, yes, man, you remember, of a Maroon town. Where? In St. Elizabeth. Excellent, excellent work you're doing here. So you see, we have made some connection here, right? Yes. Now let's get back to the brothers. Now these brothers, of course, had their own town, and they were notable leaders. So you see, boys and girls, certain characteristics can run in the same family line. As a role model to our people, she passed down customs, things she passed on to the next generation. These customs would include music, we love music, dance, songs, language, dress, food, passed down to the descendants of the Maroons, and even to today, it is still practiced. Let's look at the food. Now the Maroons, they adapted the jerking cooking style of the Tainos. And the Maroons follow fashion. And they would jerk their meats and jerk their corns as well. Delicious. Music, dance, song, a wide range of songs, a wide range of dance moves. You say we love to dance now? Yes, man, a part of that. They were taught, and these were accompanied by rhythmic beatings of drums. Yes, this was once a wonderful pastime for Africans' ancestors. Now, do you remember on the plantation where this was prohibited? And only at nights and only at special days could the enslaved Africans have a relaxing time or even practice their religion? Well, children, this was freedom come, enjoyed by the Maroons. All right, not to be undone, there were ceremonial events and celebration of all sorts. They were also part of the rich heritage that was passed down to the descendants of the Maroons. All right, can you think of anything else that Nanny of the Maroons would have encouraged her followers to continue to do? So let's look at it now. She was brave. She had special abilities or talents, and she is seen to our community as a role model, a symbol of unity and strength, who lighted the flame of freedom. So let's see what we have learned so far. We know who is a national hero or heroine, someone who have done well for their nation. And they showed what? Bravery. They're willing to die or willing to fight for the rights of the people. They had special abilities or special qualities, and they can be regarded as a role model. Also, we have learned that Nanny of the Maroons was an Ashanti warrior and was of royal blood. And she's a queen. You know that song there? So serene, yeah, Nanny. What a natural beauty. And she not care for no cutie. So serene. Yes, man. She's a queen. Ah, yes, boys and girls. And we have heard all about her warrior-like brothers and have taken notice of a particular name, a compound. Now, her fights. Her fights were to do what? To maintain the Maroons' freedom from the British. And to do what? To encourage the Maroons to pass down tactical fighting skills, traditions, and customs. Which I want to tell you, they have done it so wonderfully well, even to this day, some 300 years plus later. And we say to the Maroon community of Jamaica, good job. Students, you are encouraged, with the permission of your parents, of course, and your guardians, to watch video clippings about the Maroons to learn even more. So, with all the contributions made by Nanny of the Maroons, let's see how she's honored. Or let's see how she's remembered then. So the government of Jamaica, in 1977, that's a long time ago for you, decided to make her a national heroine. That's not all. The government also saw it fit in 1994 to place her image on the Jamaican $500 note. So, you know, when you hear someone or a brethren say, yo, brother, you can't change your nanny, you know definitely it's a what? It's a $500 note he or she are talking about, all right? All right, now let's look at, also, there's a Rotary Club in Jamaica, and in 2018, you know what they did? They made in her honor a bust or an image or a sculpture of her, which can be seen at the National Heroes Park in St. Andrew. All right, let's see. There is also a grave site in Portland, which is the final resting place of Queen Nanny. It's called Bump Grave. Yes, you heard me right. Bump Grave. Now, I'm going to challenge you to go and find out what is a bump grave. All right? That's your challenge. Yes, and last but not least, did you know Nannyville Gardens community was named in her honor? And you know, it's a home of former Jamaican football player, Waterboy, and you know that dancer, reggae artist Ding Dong, yes, and the Ravers. That's their home as well. So Nannyville is located next to Stadium East on Mountain View Avenue. Now, from what we have learned in today's lesson, we want to draw a few conclusions. Ready? My question is, do you believe that Nanny of the Maroon deserved becoming a national hero or heroine? All right, here's what Antoine had to say. Antoine says, her work helped to bring a quicker end to slavery. Do you agree with Antoine? Antoine, I thank you for your answer. All right, next question. Do you believe the methods she used for fight for freedom was good for everybody? And here's what Brittany had to say. Brittany says, because there was no other way to fight but to do combat. If the message of peace was not working for the British, fighting, although it's an awful way, but then it's a good thing to resist by fighting. I understand it very well, Brittany. Thank you so much for your answers. Thank you, guys. And keep those answers going. Write them down. Write them down. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And say why you disagree. So, boys and girls, we have come to the end of yet another lesson. Thank you for being such a great audience. And, as usual, continue to play your part in being safe and keeping healthy. Walk good.